Talk about inequalities and whether we flip or not to flip. And when you multiply or divide an inequality by a negative number, then what happens is the greater than becomes a less than. The less than becomes a greater than. The greater than or equal to becomes a less than or equal to. The less than or equal to becomes a greater than or equal to. And that's if you end up multiplying or dividing the inequality by a negative number. I'm going to try and avoid all this by keeping the heavy variable where it is so we never have to divide by negatives. Watch this. Let's see. Let's look at the inequality worksheet. Inequality worksheet, and we're going to look at number 6. Number 6 is 28 is less than 4 times 5 minus 2x. So right off the bat, we have to distribute. Okay, we're going to, you get a 4 and you get a 4. So let's bring it down. 28 is less than, we haven't changed anything yet. 4 times 5 is 20. Minus 4 times 2x is 8x. Okay, right now, this is like a negative number. I can put a plus negative. I could eventually divide by negative 8, but I'm not going to. Instead, what if I move that to the other side of the equation? What if I add 8x to both sides? Well, then on this side of the equal sign, we have 8x plus 28 is less than 20, because these canceled. And then what if I subtract 28 from both sides? So we get 8x is less than 20 minus 28 is negative 8. And then to get x alone, I divide by 8. I got x is less than negative 1. So I have solved the problem without having to even change the symbol. The other way of doing the problem, let's start it from the beginning. 28 is less than 5 minus 2x. Okay, so let's again distribute the 4. You get a 4, you get a 4. 20 minus 8x. This time, let's leave the variable where it is. I would subtract 20 from both sides. Let's see, 28 minus 20 is 8. I bring down everything else. Negative 8x. Don't forget to bring down the negative 8x. So 8 is less than negative 8x. If I wanted to get x by itself, I'd have to divide both sides by negative 8. X is being multiplied by negative 8. The opposite is dividing by negative 8. If I end up dividing by a negative number, that's when you flip the symbol. Boom. And 8 divided by 8 is negative 1. Now look at what our answer is. Before it said x is less than negative 1. It still says x is less than negative 1. It just says it backwards. Negative 1 is greater than x is the same as saying x is less than negative 1. So what I recommend doing is keeping the variable positive by adding it to the other side, or remembering the trick about flipping the symbol. It's not as hard as it sounds, I promise, kids. You can do it. In the end, how would you graph this? Well, let's see. We have a 0. We have a negative 1. X is less than negative 1. So that would be an open circle on negative 1 and everything less than it. Okay, I have faith. We'll go over this in class. We will talk about this more. Okay, good luck.